Here's a story that mainstream liberal media in California won't tell you. California politicians are spending $1.5 billion on a new office building just for themselves in Sacramento, the state capital. The cost of an NFL stadium. Coming up, we'll tell you what sort of amenities they're going to have in this building and why they're trying to keep it such a secret. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state legislator. And let me just tell you right now, while I'm a legislator, I did not vote on this project. I do not like this project. I want to cancel this project. But California politicians want to build and are building an NFL stadium costing building of luxury offices just for themselves. They tore down a building in the around the Capitol, and they had already built a temporary office space, which is perfectly fine. I'm not saying that they had to stay in the old building, but I think it's government, so why not just slum it for a while? But they tore down that building that was adjoined to the Capitol. It's called the Capitol Annex. They then built a new building down the street, which is perfectly fine. I have to walk from my office. It's a basic office. It's modern, but it's nothing, too extravagant. But we walk to the Capitol. It literally is a 1-minute walk. A 1-minute walk. We have everything we need right now to function as legislators. But Gavin Newsom and California politicians want to spend $1.5 billion on a Taj Mahal accessory to the state building. Now, it gets worse than that. Not only is this way expensive, but when you see it completed, this is going to look like a monstrosity. When you look at our Capitol building, and here's a picture of the Capitol. When you look at the Capitol, it's stately. It looks like Roman architecture, sort of like the U.S. Capitol building, but smaller. What they're about to attach to the Capitol building is a glass steel addition, a whole massive wing. This is not going to look like a state Capitol building anymore. This is going to look like Meta, Salesforce, some tech company. And these office suites are massive. And this is just so embarrassing, but it's so par for the course for these politicians. The politicians don't want to have to interact with the public. So this building has public corridors for the normal people and secret elevators and private hallways so that the politicians can walk to and from the floor of the Assembly and the State Senate, back to their office, to committee rooms, without ever having to interact with the public at all. Who in the blank do these SOBs think they are? They're so high and mighty, we don't have to interact with real people. I think if you interacted with real people, maybe you'd stop passing so many awful bills. There's one reporter who's actually doing a great job uncovering this. It's only in one market, KCRA's Ashley Zavala. Here's the headline: California lawmakers still won't say how much their new office building will cost. Well, I can tell you, $543 million is what it cost back in 2018. They said it would cost, which is still highway robbery. It's now officially pegged at $1.2 billion. I'm telling you right now, we are absolutely at $1.5 billion. If they say $1.2 billion, you know that it's at least $1.5 billion. But here's the story from Ashley Zavala.
California lawmakers still keeping taxpayers in the dark about their new office building under construction still.
KCRA 3 political director Ashley Zavala has been digging into this story for years now, and she joins us with the latest information.
Golston, this project is clearly progressing in front of everyone's eyes to see in downtown Sacramento. But state lawmakers are not prioritizing the need to keep people informed about it. It has been at least 3 years since they provided the last cost estimate.
Look at that massive structure behind the Capitol building. If you can see it on the video, that's all going to be glass and steel. bears no resemblance, is completely sticking out like a sore thumb compared to the, architecture of the Capitol. Again, I'm against it because of the architecture and because of the cost and because of this secret hideaway passages for these politicians who don't want to interact with the public. On every count, this is such a bad idea. I mean, but look, it's almost built. We can't stop it, but we can throw some of the SOBs out who voted for it.
Cost estimate of about $1.1 billion. And even then, that figure makes it one of the most expensive buildings in the United States. Here's a look at what the construction looks like so far. The structure looks like it's pretty much set. Glass panels are going up on the facade. All year this year, I've been asking the group of Democratic lawmakers overseeing this project for updates. That group, the Joint Rules Committee, earlier this spring told us they would provide a public update on the project at some point this year. That never happened. Lawmakers wrapped up their work for the year and left Sacramento last month. The chair of the Joint Rules Committee, the leader of it, Assemblymember Blanca Pacheco, would not comment when I asked her about that situation. Since June, I have been requesting contracts, change orders, financial statements, and other documents to get a sense of what costs look like. Some documents show lawmakers are getting monthly updates, but the Joint Rules Committee is not giving us those documents from the most recent years. Here's what a taxpayer advocacy group and the former chairman of the Historic State Capitol Commission had to say.
You would think that if the project were on budget and on time, they would be bragging about it. But the fact that they have not come forward to describe what the full cost of the project is should be a warning flag to everyone in California, particularly those of us who are taxpayers who have to pay for this.
I'm disappointed to hear that they aren't ready. Certainly they have the information somewhere. We know from information that Channel 3 gathered that the construction manager has been providing monthly cost forecasts to them. It would be interesting to maybe study a timeline of when the cost forecasts rose and when the legislature's leadership was informed of that.
As for the apparent holdup, Assemblymember Pacheco said in a statement to me that, quote, the project team is analyzing the financial implications resulting from the litigation and related changes.
Oh, it's always the opponents. It's the opponent's fault for suing to stop a bad project and save taxpayers money. It's all their fault. No, the litigation, chump change. This is a $1.5 billion boondoggle. All for the politicians. They don't deserve the Taj Mahal. Hell, I'll settle just for the basic, standard office space. So what? You have to walk for a minute across the street with the people.
The litigation she's referencing ended more than a year ago.
Wow. Well, the transparency just doesn't feel like it's really there
It's
right
not,
now.
yeah.
So, what are legislative leaders saying right now, the governor and others?
Yeah, I've reached out to both asking, is this appropriate? Is this really okay? Having this construction unfold in front of everyone's eyes, but not telling taxpayers how much it's costing them. Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas, I should say, his spokesman echoed Pacheco's statement, noting they're still trying to figure it out. Nothing from State Senate Pro Tem Mike McGuire. Governor Gavin Newsom, he is not overseeing this project, but I also posed this question to him as a separate but equal branch of government to the legislature. We're still waiting to hear back from him.
Newsom gets a massive office in this complex. He wants the swanky new digs as much as any of these dogs in heat. So look, at Reform California, we believe stories like this show that there is the elite standard and then the rest of us. We need to show that these politicians, they apply double standards. They give themselves the champagne budget, champagne lifestyle, and they leave us with problems. In this election, this Prop 50 election coming up, they're wasting $300 million on an unnecessary special election so they can rig the map of their districts for their own personal benefit. Then you got this example here of this office building. Then you got millions of dollars in gifts from lobbyists. We have a corrupt and broken political system where the politicians are benefiting at our expense. We have to expose this, and we have to educate the public, because when they realize where their taxpayer money is going, and then they're being told that they can't have things like schools and social services, or that their taxes are going to be raised, that's when the needle moves in voting. So do a few things. Number one, like this video so we can break through the censorship of the liberal media. Ashley Zavala at KCRA did a great job, but we need to spread this video far and wide as to what they're spending money on. Second, I need your support in growing our Reform California movement. Go to the website, reformcalifornia.org. Do a few things. Number one, sign the petition for the California Voter ID Initiative. The link is up there at that site, reformcalifornia.org. Sign up so that you're tethered to our growing movement to take back California from the insanity of the far left. We publish a voter guide in every election for the primary and the general election with a plain English description of every ballot measure so that you know what you're voting on. They use false and misleading ballot titles to confuse voters. Plus, we endorse better candidates for the state legislature all the way down to city council. So if you want to know what the better judges are, good school board races, and candidates, let us get you that information. Sign up with your first name, last name, email, phone, and zip code at the bottom of that website, reformcalifornia.org. And finally, chip in a contribution. Put gas in our tank. Help us power this movement to take back California. Until next time, I'm Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California and a California State Legislator. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.